Hello one and all, welcome back to Campaign 13 of Vanilla Sundae. I am your host as always, Virinity Void. This here is part 17. We're in 1818, looking toward the middle part of the 1800s. We're going to probably be going to about 1840, 1841, somewhere around there. And we are looking upon a Europe that still is, I would say, divided up in quite a few means, quite a few areas. You have Cymru over here, Poland blobbing over the center of the map, and then Adriaterra still being very powerful, and Romania, despite losing a little bit of land in the previous part, they are still moderately powerful compared to their neighbors. And of course we had other changes across the map. Congo is doing very well in terms of conquest, but they are faltering in terms of internal stability. Zanskar is doing well in terms of conquest, but their subjects are very rebellious. Chuchen is collapsing more. Goguryeo, they are doing their own thing and conquering all that they can. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at some national ideas. We have the exiles of Strathclyde over here on Madeira, and they're doing their own thing. They're trying to survive whilst being a tributary of Zanskar. So let's read the third and fourth national ideas. Even though Strathclyde is not what they once were, at least we get to bask in their national ideas. The third national idea is new people in a new land. Actually, I don't think I read any of these. I tried to look through the previous videos and make sure that I'm not repeating any of them. But yeah, I think this is the first time I'm taking a look at Strathclyde's. So, new people in a new land. The lands of Hispania are still foreign to us Britons. Despite inhabiting the coast for generations, we could not break into the Spanish interior until now, and the spirit of the Brythonic frontier shall be extended to the vast western lands too. Global settler growth increase plus 15. And then the fourth national idea is the spirit of Hen Ogledd. Despite us being the southernmost Britons nowadays, we still remember the days of the Old North. Our stalwart defense of our land and people may have been futile, but its lessons and legacy live on here. And exiled Strathclyde. I tried to pronounce that name before. It is very hard. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to try. Morale of armies plus 10%. Maybe we will do the rest of Strathclyde's national ideas if they survive still, but they have a lot of colonists and some stuff to buff up their colonies. However, obviously we are in the late game toward the end of this campaign, so those colonists don't do much, unfortunately, other than of course boosting the development on your province because of what's it called, I forget what it's called, like basically setting a colonist to your land to improve the development over time. It's not guaranteed, it's still a chance only, but it's something. And in terms of the wars that we have going on, we have Australia, or Larakia, going after Banjar with success. Cymru going after Shamrock Paradox, because Shamrock Paradox is still alive over here in the Faroe Islands. Chuchen's going after Ning, Goguryeo against Sibir, Golden Eighth against Vaikura and all of them. Malaya, I'm still not quite sure how to pronounce that. Going after Chuchen, and then Zanskar going after Sibir. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. The Grand Republic of Sibir now being just chipped away at, unfortunately. They had a good run. They conquered a lot, so they expanded to great heights, but unfortunately, the Republic of Sibir cannot last for much longer. I suspect it will be fully partitioned between Zanskar and Goguryeo. But the cultural effect of Sibir is going to be still felt, because this is a lot of Siberian culture that got spread around, of course. And over here in the Americas, Crimson Paradox, they have technically joined in again on the side of Vikura, but is Crimson Paradox sending much of anything? I really don't fucking think so. Of course they're not. Just, why would they? So, all over, everything over here in the dumps, everything over here in the dumps. OQ4, of course they're in the war because they are allies of the Golden Eighth, and, they're a minor distraction, if anything. Kaguda West Indies, still alive and still a thing, and they are loyal to Kaguda. Kaguda still has a very nice province here of Bermuda. I'm not really sure how the administration functions, lording over a colonial nation, but it does apparently, so there is that. And what is this over here? 9MA is still alive as well. The slot machine that it is. And what is this? The Kumri Congolese Imperialist War. So Kumri is going after Congo, Welaita, Moravi, Adriaterra, and Poland. That's stirring up a bee's nest, brother. That is stirring up a huge fucking nest. Poland with Adriaterra, that's a powerhouse I don't think anyone can really rival. And Romania is allied with Kumri, so Romania is going to be helping them out against Adriaterra and Poland. Romania, you're going to get steamrolled. Not just rolled over like a normal, just like with a rolling pin. No, not like that. I'm talking about steamrolled and steam pressed in a fucking factory. Holy shit, this is not going to be pretty. And remember, last part, Romania lost an independence war to a Czechoslovakia that was supported by Adriaterra. So Romania lost a lot of good land over here. It's I don't see how Romania comes out of this in good shape. And Poland is obviously going to come over here to Kumri's land and absolutely roll over it. I just don't see how they don't. It's that simple. And then, of course, you got Welaita on the side of Congo. Like, that's huge. As it is, Congo is not doing well. They have 0 stability. They were at -2 stability not too long ago, but, they're at 0 or 1 stability now. They are still in bankruptcy. Very much still in bankruptcy. So, technology, cost increase, morale of armies, and morale of navies going down. Manpower recovery speed is down. Idea cost is up. All of those bad things. So, and you know what? Hey, they're in another debt spiral. They're in another debt spiral. Oh, God. Yeah, I feel bad for Congo, but this is just the AI being the AI and struggling. There's not much I can say about it. Zanskar going up to Persia, trying to finish them off and consolidate the wider region of Iran, which I would say includes Persia and Khorasan, and a little bit more, but I mean that's being nitpicky. Sibir, not fully taken out, but they are now a tributary under Goguryeo, and yeah. Goguryeo now extends effectively pretty far out, and Chuchen is also a tributary. So, who really controls the quote-unquote mandate of heaven? Because obviously the mandate is not in play. That is the Koreans at this point. And with the tag letters NKR, so this is basically North Korea. If you want to be like that, I guess. Malayan Chuchen Imperialist War. I have to imagine Malaya is going to take a huge chunk of things, or a huge portion of land from Chuchen, and then from there on out, they will try to colonize more of the interior of this region, Indochina or Southeast Asia, whatever you want to call it. Goguryeo, though, is not going to let Malaya just swallow all of this up without a challenge. I have to imagine, because this is going to be a hotly contested region. There's a lot of good trade, a lot of good strategic points of interest. Persia got basically BTFO'd, and they are now they have been shredded into ribbons, if I had to say it. Romania is being, oh god, things are slowing down because of so many troops moving. Romania is also being shredded into ribbons or pieces, but Romania actually has a little bit of a better chance, even though, you know, it's Poland and Adria Terra bearing down on them. Kumri, their mainland is absolutely occupied as well. Poland was able to push them back very, very effectively. Also, it should be noted the Draculesti dynasty is on the throne of Kumri, so interesting stuff there. Vaikira reduced to very, very small holdings here. Like, the Golden Eighth has taken a sledgehammer to any sort of opposition in their way. There's nothing more. Like, I don't think the Crimson Paradox can even do anything to the Golden Eighth if the Crimson Paradox went to war full on against the Golden Eighth. Like, I really don't think there's anything they can do. Kumri is probably going to lose a lot of their land in North Africa and Iberia, if I had to imagine. And I'm thinking Adria Terra is going to take some land here from Romania. Maybe even Poland takes some land here from Romania. It could all get very, very ugly. And finally, Zanskar has finally just barged in the door and just said, Sapphire Paradox, I don't like you. I want your land. It's just that simple. And I'm going to take your land. Starting with this stuff in Grane. I think that is Grane or Grain. I don't think it's grain. I think it's Grane. I could be wrong on the pronunciation. Oh, God. Okay. It's slowing down just a little bit. And there you go. There's your peace deal. Romania has been... Holy shit. That is a sad, sad Romania. Just to give you what Poland and Adria Terra annexed, Poland got this over here, as well as this over here in the Galicia-Volhynia region. Adria Terra annexed basically almost everything along the Danube River. Danube? I'm getting real confused at this point. But, you know, all of this has been annexed. And just Romania out of the contest for any sort of power plays in Europe. And then Kumri, they've been hurt as well. Poland took that enclave over here in Central Europe, and then took a lot of land in the French region. Even Saintonge, as well as Co and Caen. God damn these French names. Making me second guess myself. But yeah, that's just the way things go, I guess. Poland and Adria Terra, the unbreakable duo, up until maybe Russia gets in the mix. I don't know, maybe Russia sticks a wrench in things and breaks up the alliance. Who knows? Romania is at war with Russia now, though, and Russia is now at war with Zanskar. Alright, we're getting things kicked off. Holy shit. So, I just want to see if there's anything else in East Asia. Going against Ternate. Somehow Ternate is here. Malaya against Ginji. And then Walaita Maravi against Sapphire Paradox. Because, hey, Sapphire Paradox is collapsing in, seemingly. So, why not go in? Oh, my goodness. Anyways, this is the main war we're looking at here. Russia going after Romania and subsequently Zanskar. And Russia is allied with Adria Terra. Is Adria Terra in this? They are not. What about Saintonge? Saintonge is not in this. So, effectively, this is Russia against everything to their south. I'm very curious to see the army quality comparison between these two powers. Wait, let me see. Okay, so discipline in favor of Zanskar, morale in favor of Russia, and then tactics. Tactics does not favor either one, so this is really gonna come more down to who can outlast the other in terms of just like manpower, sheer manpower. And Russia has a slight edge in that, but considering how wasteful the AI can be in terms of just throwing troops away in battles or sieges, this could still go either way. Because I mean, you go look at here, right here, at Karakalpak, where Russia has 84,000 troops taking 3.9% attrition. That's throwing troops away. That's just throwing troops away. And you're going to lose that battle too. So, you know, Russia is not, just in general, the AI is not good with managing attrition losses. But Zanskar is, they don't have the full might of their subjects, obviously. Dundar's not contributing, Nepal isn't contributing. Oh no, they are. Their liberty desire is low enough. But Mogulistan is not contributing either. So, you know, 41,000 and 40,000 troops not participating might make a small impact on Zanskar's war efforts. I guess we shall see, but Russia's pulling out all the stops, scraping the bottom of the barrel, and trying to invade Romania at the same time as they're trying to cross the Caucasus and also move beside the Caspian Sea. That fort at Nogay is going to get sieged down soon enough. And where's the other fort? Shirvan. Shirvan is the other pivotal fort that kind of leads into Zanskar's land. After Nogay, it would be at Karakalpak as well as Gurganj. Those are the two fortresses right here that are kind of like pivotal to making a dent across Central Asia. But I've been talking up Russia a little bit. Zanskar isn't... How do I say this? Zanskar is not without their own strengths. That's what I want to say. Because obviously they can invade across a wide front, and even though they're one military technology behind, they still have a lot of land to just like recover from. You know, they're not hesitant with this war at all. And even though they were just fighting Sapphire Paradox and they won against Sapphire Paradox, that didn't tire them out at all. They're still ready to go. So increasingly, border skirmishes, border occupations, it's just a matter of who wins the fights and kind of starts snowballing out. Gogriello has some troops, some condottieri fighting in this as well. And we're also, just on the side, Sapphire Paradox is indeed collapsing in on itself. Walaita, after being victimized repeatedly by Sapphire before, is now invading and looking to take some of their land back. There are no Walaita cores to take from, but it's an imperialist war. Walaita doesn't give a shit. They can keep going. Poland and Adriatic are going after Saintonge for just land. You know, just why not? They feel like it. That's pretty much it. So yeah, we feel like it. We're chilling. And Russia had to dishonor that call to arms, so yeah, Saintonge might very well be mostly finished this episode. Zanskar making some headway into Russian land, and Romania has pushed out Russia in general from their land. So Russian armies are having a tough time at it. Having a tough time in general. Zanskar is pushing the border skirmishes into a border invasion. They are sieging down the fort at Yaik as well as Aktubinsk. And you even got some rebels over here, some Sibir rebels that Russia has to put down. Romania, however, on a second defensive war, this time by the Czechoslovaks, coming in from the west, thinking that, yeah, I can just go to war with Romania. They're not going to do anything. They're kind of busy elsewhere. So Why not? The Czechoslovaks, they're doing work. Sapphire Paradox. Oh yeah, their capital is at Al-Ula, and it is indeed down. Unfortunate times for Sapphire Paradox, but you reap what you sow. You made an enemy out of Welaita early on, Sapphire, so now that they've come back to bite, that's on you. Golden Eighth, they're just doing they're doing whatever they want. They don't need to go to war. They can just sit on their hands and just like, I don't care. I'm chilling. I don't need to do anything. Kumri is at war with Crimson Paradox, trying to for a nationalist war. I'm not sure why, but okay, nationalist war it is. Adriaterra, yeah, plus 99 war score. Just have mercy on him, Adriaterra. Don't make it last any longer than it needs to. And there we go. Peace was made between Romania and Russia. Russia lost quite a bit of land. Excuse me. Yeah, Zanskar annexed a lot of land along the Volga River, and Romania took some land from Russia. Turns out that despite the ambitious ambitions of Tsar Mikhail I, those ambitions were put to rest, as Margit would say. Chechen, no allies, no nothing, and they are no longer a tributary of Goguryeo, so Goguryeo may very well just declare war on Chechen, thinking, I don't give a fuck, you're gonna be a tributary again. And what is this? Makassar? Oh man. Australia keeps going. Australia keeps expanding. And I suspect that, Malaya, they're going to go to war with Australia at some point. And it's not going to be pretty. That's going to be a Southeast Asian bloodbath. And there you go. Saintonge losing land to Poland in the north, and Adriaterra in the east, as well as in North Africa. Oh, man. I wish it wasn't like that. I wish Saintonge was able to hold out a little bit better, but I mean, realistically, what can they do? They don't have good allies, and they overstretch themselves in previous parts. It's just not much to do. And I think we all saw this coming. Czechoslovakia being invaded by Adriaterra. Poland is also coming in from the north. It's yeah. The ambitions of the Czechoslovaks, it was never going to pan out. So, oh well. It's nice that they had ambition to go after Romania. That's better than it's better than just holding yourself back and just waiting to die. No, they wanted to go out with a bang. What else do we got? Things are just quieting down in general. It's just waiting for something to happen between the biggest powers here. Like, is Poland gonna invade Russia again? Russia is allied with Adriaterra, so I doubt Poland wants to do that. That's setting up Poland for a very, very tough war. Poland, however, over 600,000 troops on the ground, no manpower. Adriaterra has about 180,000 troops, no manpower. Russia, about 500,000 troops, a little bit of manpower. There could be potential here. There could be. And Romania is probably going to push back Czechoslovakia now because Czechoslovakia has no military. Romania has some semblance of a military. It's not a lot, but, it's something. Welaita with the big name now. Interesting. What else do we got? We have Zanskar going after Chechen, so more partitioning of the Tibetans. This time, I'm just curious if, is Goguryeo going to intervene? Maybe? I know Goguryeo is thinking, this land is reserved for me, Zanskar. What do you think you're doing? Don't make me come over there. Don't make me get out the belt. even though the belt is flimsy in comparison to Zanskar's 500k plus army. You know, just normal Tibetan things. Oh, man. And then Malindi is over here. Oh, wow, the Zirids actually survived. Okay, shit. I didn't know that. Shit. And then Morocco somehow still survives. I genuinely would have thought Morocco would be fully annexed by now, but I guess I'm wrong. What other wars are going on? Australia against Zanskar against Chuchen. Poland against Poland is actually going after Congo? Really? How are you, Dumnonia, even allied to the Congo? That is my question. Oh, okay. So the Congo has guaranteed the independence of Dumnonia. Interesting. Shamrock Paradox is still over here, and you know they're not doing anything. They're chilling on the Faroe Islands, having they're having a great time. They have great development. You know, you've got a workshop, you've got a regimental camp for training, and a nice cathedral, as well as, you know, soldiers' households for arming your citizens. And you have a very nice road over here. Now, is any of this really going to help defend you against a landing invading army? I don't think so, but... Oh wow, you even have Catholic rebels. I guess not all is fair in paradise. And then Thomond somehow is still over here, and also in Ireland still. And Scandinavia, somehow Thomond is eking out a living. I'm very shocked at that. Okay, sure, you do you, Thomond. Meanwhile, Adriaterra still stretching their legs at war with Sapphire Paradox. And, yeah, it's just kind of just waiting on who's going to blink first in terms of the major powers of Europe. And also, well, Zanskar. Zanskar is taking their time and then just taking land from Chuchen, slowly growing more powerful as their empire stretches from west to east. Mongolistan still very rebellious. Zanskar annexed Nepal. It is no longer there. And Dundar is still quite rebellious. I would say that Russia may want to support the independence of those subjects again. I'm not sure. Vermilion Paradox, Yadava, and Persia, all tributaries beneath Zanskar. Oh. Interesting song. Adriaterra, I'm kind of curious what they're going to take from Sapphire Paradox this time. If I had to guess, I'm suspecting that Adriaterra wants to, like, just consolidate the Eastern Mediterranean in general. So, stuff like Alexandria, as well as Rashid, and Ishel, and Karaman. Just mostly the coastline. But I could be wrong, because if Adriaterra secures the coastline, that's free access to North Africa, back and forth. Now, if Adriaterra goes to war with Poland, I don't really know what that's going to do, other than allow their troops access back and forth, but, you know, we'll see. Russian separatists are making a name for themselves over here by the Volga River. I don't think that's going to last long, but... I don't know, Zanskar might let those rebels sit and just keep going. It's up to them. Kumri still has a sizable army, considering, like, they're not doing much. If you're wondering what that tapping sound is, that's me tapping my arm. Poland... Yeah, there's just who's gonna blink first. Also, Makhra is still over here, surprisingly. Socotra, Socotra's capital is still over here. Kaguda still has a province, Ile-Bourbon. And then that's also Makhra. This is Banjar. And this is also Banjar. Banjar is almost completely finished off, actually, so... You know, Malaya, they'll be gathering more power. Wow, Zanskar took a lot of land. Good gods, look at that! Holy shit! Like, legitimately, Zanskar just took over the entirety of southwest China, extending into Burma. Like, that's not a small feat. That's a lot of fucking land. Holy shit. Some of that land is pretty good, like over here at Bagan, and then you have also the mountains and jungle. Like, Jesus Christ. And then Goguryeo. Goguryeo is allied with Zanskar, so power duo right over here. Basically splitting China in half if you had to like really nail it down. Interesting stuff. Adriaterra also brought in Russia against Sapphire Paradox, so, you know, business as usual. And Zanskar is now going after Romania. So Zanskar is going to extend further into Europe, which is pretty interesting. This will be like, not Belobog levels of dominance, obviously. That's very, very rare, despite it happening for 2 campaigns in a row. This is still just like, damn, Zanskar is more dominant than I would have expected. And is Russia in this? No, Russia is now peaced out. Still allied with Saintonge, allied with Adriaterra, and then, yeah, everyone is just gathering up their forces. Poland, just waiting for the call to arms, waiting for the ripe opportunity to spend or to use their 700,000 plus military. Not even Russia can keep pace with Poland. That's how scary Poland is. Anyways, well, while we watch this little bit of action over here between Romania and Zanskar, I'm gonna go take a sip of my drink, just watching how this goes. Yeah, talking for about like 30 minutes straight. I'm trying to focus on the game, just trying to like find stuff to talk about and such and stuff like that. Kind of tires your voice out, but it's all good because I got plenty of water with me. Stay hydrated out there, folks. It is very important, especially as we get into the summer months for the Northern Hemisphere. Adriaterra, they did take a lot of land from Sapphire Paradox, not all of the eastern Mediterranean coast, but a sizable chunk. And as I predicted, they did take Alexandria and Rashid. And they also took stuff like Gaza and Jaffa. So, important plays here for Adriaterra as they consolidate the Mediterranean. Kumri is now... No, Poland has declared war on Kumri. And with that, yeah, Czechoslovakia joined in, but really, this is Kumri now being reduced back to their islands. Fortunately or unfortunately, that's up to you to decide, but yeah, Kumri is not in any good straits because it's pretty much what Poland wants, when Poland wants it. Not much to do about that. Zanskar bringing the full might of their army down on Romania now. Romania is really only left with just not really much of anything. They can try to defend their lands, but it's like Zanskar's not going to have any mercy. They're going to keep going through the Caucasus. They're going to keep going through the Pontic steppe, and they're not going to have any sort of mercy. I like that Romania is still trying to like be a thorn in the side of Zanskar, but it's not gonna amount to much, unfortunately. Also, you gotta imagine, like, Genji is in the crosshairs of Zanskar, too. Like, that's... They are naturally next, or at least, you know, somewhat on the list of targets for Zanskar. Poland also probably going to take stuff in Iberia and North Africa. So, interesting. Oh, yeah, no, they're still... Is that Albanian culture spreading? Not really. But why do you have Albanians randomly just settled around this oasis in North Africa? That's my question. What are they doing there? Got Turkish culture, Aramaic from my boys that are no longer with us, Zarkonias and Arutexil. Also, where is Polish culture at? Or Silesian? No, not very far. Okay. And then got Umbrian, Gascon. Oh, that's Emean-Saxer. Gascon culture. You got Irish culture spread into even Scandinavia, and you got your Sorbian culture from Shamrock Paradox, and of course, lots of Welsh culture being spread around too, partially because the Strathclyde. Lots of Nubian culture and lots of Andalusian, thanks to Sapphire Paradox. I don't know why, I'm just going off on the culture tangent at this point. Before I just look back to see if there's any other big wars going on. Not really. Okay. So yeah, might as well just look at the cultures right now, since there isn't too much action. Nogai and Sibir, got Kyrgyz culture, got Muscovite culture, of course, Latvian culture spread by the now deceased, unfortunately, Kurland. Let's call it, got Walloon culture. What is this? Emean-Saxer. And then you got your Anglo-Saxon, of course. Mossi culture from Mossi when they were still large and in charge. Tuareg culture. Man, North Africa is just a hodgepodge. Holy shit. But yeah, Moroccan culture as well as Amazigh and then Maghreb or Algerian. Egyptian culture is very, very minor. Even Mahri culture is not even that much. Sidamo culture, thanks to Welaita. Persian culture and Persian Mashriki culture, apparently. Oh, from the Basri order, right. And then Abenaki. And of course, Marathi. Tibetan culture is huge because this is the first campaign in a very long time. I think this is the first campaign ever where really Tibetan culture super took off because we had a very successful two successful Tibetan tags, Zanskar and then Chu Chen. Chu Chen obviously is down in the dumps, but before they were huge, large, and in charge, undoubtedly. So it was really cool to see, or it is really cool to see that Tibetan gets its time to shine overall. Lots of Korean culture, lots of Khalkha, and then Togoku, obviously, Akinese. Take a look at the ledger. Okay, still nothing. But yeah, just taking a look at the culture map. And then, of course, you got your Filipino culture. Your Filipino culture is spread around a little bit. Vietnamese culture. And of course, the Islam, or Sunni Islam, is still really prevalent as well. The Sunni Vietnamese were very prolific after Dai Viet came back from Southeast Asia, or came back from Nusantara, a changed state. Got Japanese culture and Kyushuan, but yeah, lots of Southeast Asian, and of course, lots of Australian Aboriginal culture. How do you say that? Gunwingwan? I don't know how to say that, obviously. I'm just gonna say Aboriginal so that I don't fuck up the pronunciation too much. But yeah, Australia for the Aboriginals. And then, of course, you got your Maori culture as well, with your Papuan. You know, they control a lot of the Pacific. It's just they didn't do much. Aotearoa did not do much at all because they were just so far away. Zanskar, they took a huge chunk out of Romania, as expected. Lots of the Pontic steppe now belong to Zanskar. And Poland is just working on getting land from Kumri. Simple as that. South America, of course, you have a large portion of Dutch culture, thanks to the Crimson Paradox. Jurchen culture spread thanks to the Purple Paradox. And you got your Francian down here due to the Huguenots that were exiled, or I can't remember what it's called right now. I'm blanking out. But yeah, the Huguenots that were exiled down here brought with them Francian culture, and then you got Platinian culture from Peru, Nepali culture from your slot machine, as well as Dagomba from your slot machine. You got your Swedish culture from your Yellow Paradox. And what else? Roman culture from my child, Vicura, that is slowly being chipped away at and will be fully annexed soon enough. And then, what's it called? Lacandon, which is from, I can't remember what Mayan tag I put in. Was it Tizotzil? I can't remember exactly. But yeah, it's from the Mayan tag as well as Tepic. You got your Mexican culture here as well due to the Golden Eighth. Blackfoot culture in the north. Yokuts over here. Ilini. Huron culture. What is this? Atlantean, thanks to Teardrop, of course. Got your Welsh culture over here, as well as American culture. Powhatan is large and in charge culturally. And you got the Quebecois. Quebecois is still very much present, despite the state of Quebec being fully annexed by the Welsh. So, yeah, there's your culture mode wrap-up for the most part, wrap-up for the end of the game. Let's see, Zanskar is now going after Persia, of course. They're trying to fully annex that. But Adriaterra, as well as Poland, are going after Romania, trying to fully, clean up Romania. And Russia is now going after Kumri. Is this an imperialist war? No, it's Reykjavik. Really? You have claims up here? Where did you even get that, Russia? I have no idea. Oh, man. Oh, well. I guess we can end this off at about 1843? We'll do August of 1843. Actually, I didn't even check over here in Europe too much about the cultures, but I'll just do that right now. Francian, Occitan, Swiss culture, as well as Bavarian. And then you got some Slovak, Silesian, Polish, and some Romanian culture being spread around as well. Lovely. Umbrian culture also spread around, as well as Tuscan culture being spread around by the papacy and Tuscany before both were wiped out. Romania, not a subject of anyone, but they are effectively, they're going to be annexed soon enough. We all know that. And then Persia is, they're about to be annexed too. There's no beating around the bush for this stuff. There's just yeah, we're in the late game, the imperialism CB is well and truly being used, and administrative efficiency is through the roof for a lot of tags. Therefore, it's just what are you gonna do? Full annexations are on the board. I do say I gotta look for, or at least look into which tags are getting the awards this time around. And I'm kind of curious what player tags are gonna get the awards, because yeah, a lot of this campaign has really been about the vanilla tags being empowered, obviously, if that wasn't evident from the last few parts. The player submitted tags, unfortunately, most of them did not do very well. That's just how this one went, just how campaign 13 went. But yeah, I gotta look into the awards for the coming part. Because I think I'll be able to finish this in part 18. Probably. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, without further ado, let us look at that scoreboard. In first place is Zanskar. In second place is Poland. In third place is the Golden Eighth. In fourth place is Adriaterra. In 5th place is Russia. In 6th place is the Crimson Paradox. In 7th place is Qumri. In 8th place is Goguryeo. In 9th place is Malaya, or Malaya, however you want to say it. In 10th place is Walaita. In 11th place is OQ4. And in 12th place is Congo. Your administrative hegemon on its way up is the Crimson Paradox for this episode. And your military hegemon for this episode, with its maxed out hegemony, is the Golden Eighth. That'll be all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next part.